In a busy city, a troubling scene unfolds as a girl is confronted by a group of rowdy men. Amid the chaos, a brave boy named Yuya steps up to confront them. Instead of gratitude, the men mock Yuya for his appearance, calling him fat and ugly before turning to violence. Things change when the police arrive, forcing the harassers to flee. The girl thanks Yuya, but he brushes it off, insisting he's fine. As he walks away, we see the harsh reality he faces. His home's walls are covered in derogatory graffiti. Yuya's life has been full of torment, even from his own parents who favored his seemingly more attractive siblings. Following his late grandfather's teachings, Yuya believes in kindness and helping others. Despite enduring bullying, his grandfather's words bring comfort. After the old man's death, Yuya inherits the house and savings, causing a dispute with his parents who contest the will. Alone and abandoned, Yuya supports himself with part-time work. As he finishes middle school, the yearbook showcases cruel remarks about him. Trying to escape the bullies, Yuya is ambushed and reminded that he's still their servant despite graduating. Despite pleading to go to work, the bullies beat him again. In the shadows, his siblings, indifferent to his suffering, watch without intervening. Arriving at his job, Yuya faces the anger of his frustrated boss, leading to his dismissal. Feeling down, he has a gloomy meal, and while looking into the mirror, Yuya, overwhelmed with frustration, smashes it, revealing a hidden room in his house. Filled with strange items, Yuya realizes they were souvenirs from his grandfather's travels. One mysterious door grabs his attention, and upon opening it, he stumbles into a surreal space. In this strange chamber, Yuya discovers notifications revealing various functions tied to the door, a gateway to another realm. Intrigued, he finds a status interface similar to a game, showing disappointingly low stats. Undeterred, Yuya explores the room and finds a note explaining that the house belonged to a powerful sage. With the sage's impending death, he passed everything to the next owner, the new honoree. Protected by magical wards, the house and its contents are now under Yuya's command. A collection of powerful weapons catches his eye, and as he examines them, he realizes their extraordinary strength. On the floor, Yuya, bewildered but determined, contemplates the new abilities he gained in this mysterious realm. Realizing the potential value of a basic sword skill, he commits to training with the god-tier weapons he found. Despite his efforts, his stats remain stubbornly at level 1, making him wonder how he can improve. After stowing the powerful weapons in his magical storage, a sudden threat appears, a formidable level 300 bloody ogre. Panic sets in, but Yuya realizes his house's magical defenses can withstand the monstrous assault. The creature, futilely trying to breach the protective barrier, resorts to desperation by hurling a tree. Unfazed, Yuya decides to fight back, confidently wielding a spear. In one strike, the spear pierces through the ogre, instantly defeating it. To his astonishment, Yuya jumps to level 100, prompting a revaluation of his stats. Seizing the opportunity, Yuya decides to end his eventful day, triggering a mysterious cash-out option that converts the monster's drops into valuable currency. Bewildered but accepting, he watches as his wealth grows. That night, an unexpected transformation sweeps over Yuya's body, leaving him in awe of his altered appearance. Needing new attire, he discovers a magical wardrobe in the sage's house, providing clothes that effortlessly adjust to his transformed physique. Excited to explore his newfound abilities, Yuya ventures into the garden, facing a level 200 sly monster. With composure and skill, he defeats the creature, gaining a unique item and leveling up further. His journey continues with the enjoyment of coffee slime and the purchase of a custom uniform for his upcoming high school debut in the other world. As Yuya immerses himself in the alternate realm, his depression begins to fade. He trains hard, learns about the world, and gains admiration for his fighting skills. High school begins, and Yuya, transformed beyond recognition, catches everyone's attention, including his skeptical siblings. Surprisingly, the girl he saved, Kari, seeks him out and invites him to join the prestigious Jose Academy for the super elite. Bewildered, Yuya hesitates, feeling inadequate for such a renowned institution. His brother and sister, initially dismissive, are thwarted by Kari, who exposes their unsavory behavior. Kari, a student council member and the chairman's daughter, persuades Yuya to explore the academy. Yuya decides to give the Jose Academy a chance for a day. In his first class, the renowned scientist Sawada is introduced by Tsukasa as an instructor whose classes are not only popular, but also easy to understand. Despite Yuya's initial worry about being out of his depth, he takes a deep breath, convincing himself that it can't be worse than a typical school day. Entering the classroom and introducing himself, Yuya is surprised by his classmates' stunned reactions. To his relief, they are not judging him negatively, but are captivated by his striking appearance. Choosing a seat at the back, Yuya attempts to connect with the girl next to him by sharing a book. However, she seems distant, and Yuya anxiously wonders if she already dislikes him. Meanwhile, Kari contemplates whether Yuya will fit into the class dynamics. As the class goes on, Yuya finds it surprisingly normal, except for the students' heightened activity and engagement. During the break, he becomes the center of attention as students approach him with questions about his potential idol status and relationship status. Ryo steps in, stopping further harassment, and takes Yuya to the cafeteria, where he's amazed by the diverse and free menu. Joining Shingo at a table, they bond over their shared love for anime, and Yuya realizes that these students are more like him than he expected. As conversations flow, Yuya grows comfortable in their company. At the end of the day, meeting with Tsukasa, Yuya expresses that he genuinely had a good time, leading him to decide that he wants to join the school. Exiting the room, Yuya meets Kari, who asks about his decision. Delighted by Yuya's choice to stay, she invites him to join her after school. Exploring shops in a popular area, Yuya wonders if this is where Kari spends time with her friends. However, she reveals that she doesn't socialize much due to people's reservations about her family and father. Yuya becomes nervous but follows Kari's suggestion to try a crepe shop. As they enjoy crepes, Yuya contemplates trying other flavors, but worries about returning to his original shape if he indulges too much. Curious about how Kari recognized him despite his transformation, she explains that his eyes remain the same, assuring him that she recognized him based on that familiar gaze. The exchange of crepe bites between them catches the attention of onlookers, who find them adorable together. Later that night, Yuya decides to return to the other world, dressed in a full set of armor. Confronting monsters despite lingering fear, he defeats them and realizes he has leveled up to 235. Recognizing a slower leveling pace, Yuya contemplates leaving his house to find stronger monsters, eager for a new challenge. However, a scream interrupts his thoughts, prompting him to rush towards danger with his trusty spear in hand. There, he discovers a gruesome scene. Soldiers brutally killed by a level 200 goblin. Facing the danger, General Yuya confronts the formidable level 200 goblin. Spotting a girl behind the menacing creature, he swiftly hurls his spear, only to be met with the goblin's skillful deflection. Seizing the moment, Yuya descends with a powerful foot strike, vanquishing the goblin. His attention turns to the girl who called out to him, but his triumph is short-lived as another, stronger goblin emerges. Undeterred, Yuya, aware of his unique strengths, refuses to yield. Utilizing his spear, he vaults over the towering goblin, showcasing agility. Swiftly transitioning to his bow, he launches a relentless barrage of arrows, disrupting the creature's advances. Unfazed, he seamlessly switches to his sword, cleaving the goblin in half with precision. With the immediate threat neutralized, Yuya checks on the girl, curious about the other inhabitants of this world. However, she succumbs to fainting. As Yuya ponders his next move, The sound of approaching footsteps alerts him to the presence of knights. Using an invisibility skill, he avoids detection, witnessing the arrival of the knights who are in search of the girl. To his surprise, he learns that she is no ordinary girl, but a princess named Lexia.